Okay, so today we're making risotto.
Risotto is awesome in the Instant Pot. It's one of my, basically the only way I cook risotto now.
It's a great side dish to have with a pork chop or
any grilled meat.
Yeah, we like to have pork tenderloin and some risotto. This one is a lemon flavored yolk.
It's really yummy. I really like it. The key to making it in the pressure cooker, well, I guess risotto in general, but in the pressure cooker especially, is this risotto. It's Arborio Rice. This is the brand our store had, but it also comes in like bags as well.
And it's a starchier rice which releases as it cooks, and so it makes it creamy without having heavy cream.
Yep. So I'm Jen.
And I'm Barbara.
We're with Pressure Cooking today. So
we've got our pot preheated, so we can go ahead and add butter and olive oil.
We have it heated to a medium level. If your pressure cooker has an adjustable heat setting, it's nice to do that. So we've added butter for flavor and oil to help keep it from scorching.
We're using the Whisper Quiet, which is one of the newer models, and it has a domed bottom, so you just want to go ahead and move that butter around to help it melt a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and add our onion.
For this one, I like the onion to be finely chopped. I think it's worth it to take the time to chop it smaller than I normally would for making like a pasta sauce. Just because I like the texture with the rice a little bit better when it's...
So I went ahead and stirred it and mixed in that butter and oil. Now I'm just going to let it saute for a little bit and then just stir it occasionally. You want that onion to kind of get translucent.
It softens, and it takes away some of that bitter taste as it cooks.
Yeah.
I have a tendency to overstir, so this is tricky for me. In the recipe, we said about 5 minutes, but you can kind of see it start to change color from this, like, I don't know, whitish yellow to more see-through.
Yeah, you don't really want it to get dark and caramelized for this recipe because you want it to be a lighter color.
So like the lemon flavor kind of shines through more brightly.
Now that we've sauteed our onion for a bit, we're going to go ahead and add our rice and saute it. We saute the rice so you get a little more flavor in your risotto, and we'll go ahead and just...
It kind of changes the texture of the rice. It goes from this, like, I don't know, white to slightly lighter, more see-through.
Yeah. So same with the rice, you just kind of want to flatten it out a little bit so you get more surface on the bottom, and then just let it saute. It'll actually saute faster than the onion, so it won't take as many minutes.
Yeah, and that's why we added it second. The Whisper Quiet has some sort of, I don't know, magic to it that makes it so the pot doesn't spin when you stir, but when we want to spin it, we can easily spin it. I don't know how it works. We've sat and played with it. If you see any bits of the rice start to turn like brown on the edges, that's a sign you really need to add your liquids. I always pre-measure the liquids when we're doing rice like this, because once it's ready, you want the liquids there. If you take the time to measure them when the rice is ready, then it will be over.
Okay, so that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and add our chicken broth.
Okay, so we've got 3 cups here. Then we have a little lemon juice. We add it at the same time. My family likes it really lemony, so we usually double or triple the amount of lemon juice to add, because my family likes a punch in the face lemon flavor instead of just subtle. The way it's written, I think it's fairly subtle.
So we've got a 5-minute cook time
and a quick release. So make sure you turn off the saute setting, hit cancel, otherwise it'll beep at you. Lock your lid in place.
And then after our 5 minutes, we'll do a quick pressure release.
Yeah, so we'll see you then.
Okay, our pressure cooking time is up, and we've released the pressure. We're just going to give it a stir. See how nice and creamy that is?
That's just from the rice. This is our favorite rice to use to make rice pudding. It turns out great. We've got a video on that as well.
So we're just going to select saute. And then add some more chicken broth. If you're making this on the stove, you add a ladle of chicken broth and stir, and a ladle of chicken broth and stir until it absorbs it. So that's why it's such a time saver in the pressure cooker. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add a little bit more chicken broth because the rice will continue to absorb it.
Do you want to add all of it at once or add half and stir?
Just add it all in, and then you can go ahead and get working. Since it's already so creamy, look at that, it just soaks in really fast. So then we've got some frozen peas.
And just go ahead and add those in. And it's nice, we didn't have to cook them in advance. This is so hot that basically we're just warming them up to the temperature of the rice. Like a minute or two is all they need.
And the baby peas go really well with the lemon flavor. It's a great way to get your kids to eat some vegetables.
Or, you know, to watch them sit and pick out the peas. That's an option too.
But of course, if you don't want to add peas, you don't have to add peas. If you don't want to add lemon, you can skip the lemon.
Just make it with the butter and it will still have a great flavor.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of crushed almonds. I like that. Thinly, like a pilaf, like you do in a rice pilaf.
Now you're getting close to the saffron almond rice pilaf that we're obsessed with. Okay, so I think that looks good.
You can hear it boiling a little bit.
Yep, so we'll go ahead and add the lemon zest. It's just the outer bright yellow part of the lemon. It adds some pretty color and it adds a little bit more flavor. Then we add the Parmesan and the butter.
Just a little bit of finely grated Parmesan cheese. And a pat of butter to just bring out that creamy, silky mouthfeel.
Yep, and it melts quick, but you want to stir till it's all the way melted. You don't want to be too vigorous.
And you don't want to break the rice apart.
Gentle.
You just also don't want it to burn on the bottom. So you have levels on your saute. You can go ahead and either lower that. You can lift the pot up from the heating element on the bottom if it's cooking too fast. Or you can always unplug it.
And then we've got just a little bit of fresh parsley, just chopped parsley, just for a little bit more color. And then this will continue to thicken as it cools. So once it's the last thing I have ready for dinner. As soon as this is ready, it's ready to go on the table. All right, so we'll get it in.
Okay.
Good. And then before serving, we always like to top it with just a little bit more of the fresh parsley and the fresh Parmesan cheese just to look nice. You can also add a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. And
that's all there is to it.
Super easy, but it tastes like it's been on the stovetop for hours, but it's quick. So if you make this, be sure to leave us a comment below. If you have questions, we'd love to hear from you.
And be sure and like and subscribe.
Thanks so much for watching.